we will be free. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament comes crashing down with Robert's Rules of Order.
Okay, Tuesday, April the 7th. One of my favorite things to hate, ex officio members. When an ex officio member of an executive board is a member of the society, A, they have all the privileges of membership but none of the obligations. B, there is no distinction between him and other board members. C, they may serve on the board indefinitely. Or D, not counted in the quorum.
D.
You'd think. No.
I thought they weren't counted in the quorum, though.
They aren't in our bylaws.
They aren't in here, too.
They say the answer is B. There is no distinction between them and other board members.
Well, I was
I'm
going
not
to
sure
say that until, well, they're called ex officio, so there is a
I'm
distinction.
raising a bullshit flag. Let's go look at page 483.
Yeah, but they're not counted in the quorum.
Our bylaws explicitly don't count them in the quorum.
Yeah, but I think by nature they're not
Because
counted.
I raised hell over that issue in the first place.
We're getting into some bad. What were they smoking in this? Whoever wrote April.
Today, we're going to talk about how to stop smoking crack.
483. What page? What?
43, 25 to 30. Okay, I want to back up to the top of the section.
Okay.
Ex officio board members. Frequently, boards include ex officio members, that is, persons who are members of the board by virtue of an office or committee chairmanship held in the society, or in the parent state or national society, that's parent, yeah, or federation or some allied group, or sometimes in boards outside of organized societies by virtue of public office. In the executive board of a society, if the ex officio member of the board is under the authority of the society, that is, if he is a member, an employee, or an elected or appointed officer of the society, there is no distinction between him and the other board members. If the ex officio member is not under the authority of the society, he has all the privileges of board membership, including the right to make motions and to vote, but none of the obligations. Just as in a case, for example, where the governor of a state is ex officio a trustee of a private academy. The latter class of ex officio board member, who has no obligation to participate, should not be counted in determining the number required for a quorum or whether a quorum is present at a meeting. Whenever an ex officio board member is also ex officio an officer of the board, he of course has the obligation to serve as a regular working member.
So I was right. It's not counted in quorum.
When an ex officio board, okay, the question says, when an ex officio member of an executive board is a member of the society, that goes back to 25.
It's a member.
In the executive board of a society, if the ex officio member of the board is under the authority of the society, that is, if he's a member, an employee, or elected or appointed officer of the society, there is no distinction between him and other board members. That's what B was. It says it right there.
Yeah, but it also says he's not. Oh, okay.
If he's not under the authority of the society.
So when he's not a member.
Right. Then he doesn't count towards quorum.
Okay.
That's why we have it specifically in the bylaws that say that a board member is not necessarily a member of a county affiliate for purposes of ex officio.
Right, but we wouldn't have to say that because they're not a member of that.
Yeah, but people have gotten confused by this section, which is why we put that in the bylaws on purpose.
Well, because I could see one point of confusion is if they are a member. Like, let's say
like if John Hirschman being the treasurer for the board for the LPCO is a member of El Paso County, which he is.
Well, I'm referring more to like a, let's say if I were chair of Colorado, I would be an ex officio member of the board of Douglas,
Right.
But I'm also a member of Douglas,
Right.
So I would be counted towards quorum.
Well, yeah, because you're a member of Douglas.
Right.
But you wouldn't be counted as quorum in El Paso.
Under our bylaws.
But you also wouldn't be counted as a member for quorum in El Paso.
But no.
Right.
Right. But if our bylaws didn't say that, I would be in Douglas,
Right.
which could cause a fuck up.
Well, no, because you're a member of Douglas anyway.
Not their board.
Doesn't matter.
This is talking about for their board.
Oh yeah, well,
To transact business under the board. So if I were an ex officio member because of some other position, of Douglas County's...
No, that's not quite what it says.
Yeah, it does.
here. If the ex officio member is not under the authority of the society, he has all the privileges of board membership, including the right to make motions of vote, but none of the obligations. Just as in the case of where the governors of the state ex officio trustee of a private academy, the latter class of an ex officio board member who has no obligation to participation not be counted in determining the number of quorum of the quorums present in the meeting. That's if you're not under their authority.
Right.
But if you are under their authority...
Right. As I am, if I'm a member of Douglas, I should be counted.
As Douglas, yes.
But as an ex officio board member, if I had it by virtue of being a state board member. If our bylaws did not say that, one county, at least, would have an extra board member that they'd have to count towards quorum. So the state chair is ex officio member
Right.
of every county.
Right.
But they're not members of every county except for the county where they reside.
Correct.
They get counted towards the quorum on the county where they reside because they're a member of that county.
That's correct.
So it's an extra member they have to account for.
Not necessarily. Well, because why we don't have them counted
Right.
as a quorum in our bylaws.
If our bylaws didn't say that,
Right.
that could cause a problem.
Right. That's why the bylaws specifically say
Okay.
that. So
Well, that's an interesting
we actually
pretzel.
fixed a problem here that
Right.
people don't realize actually exists.
Interesting. Okay.
So
Favor! Let's hear the opposition side. Like a stubborn donkey's bray, all opposed? You say nay, opposed! Opposed! The motion carries anyway.